remember the previous night now, we had experienced a fire. Next, it was water. And next, we had gotten to Ndola in the morning, like 5. And then we decided to take a rest. And by the time we were deciding to start off, it was like 10 to almost 11. We are driving off Ndola, but even before we leave Ndola, we get to this township that I was reliably told by the people that live in that same township that it was a dangerous place, especially if it gets to nighttime. The truck breaks down in that place, and this is like 11 a.m. in the morning. And now we are calling the boss and they say, no, I have to literally come, because when they checked the problem, some part of the truck had, gotten messed up and it needs some replacement. So it needed the owner of the truck to come from Lusaka with a mechanic to come and resolve the problem that was there. And I was thinking, these guys who are in the township are reliably telling me that if we get to evening time and there's no solution, that we might experience a problem. So in this particular moment, I am panicking and I'm thinking, what time will the owner come with this truck? So I start calling my colleagues. We're trying to arrange for transport. I actually leave the truck and the guys there while they're watching over it to go and look for an alternative transport, because at that moment it's better for us to lose a little bit more money by paying for extra on transport as opposed to losing everything and all our merchandise at that particular time, because this was all our capital. And, we had no option but to sort of safeguard it. So we rush around to make all these logistics. We finally find a truck that is containerized. We get to the place where the other truck is. We get a couple of guys to help us ship the merchandise from the broken down truck to the new truck, which is containerized. And that is happening. And the woman comes in the midst of that shipment, and she's also acting like she's helping, and yes, she's trying to peel for one of the bags of our merchandise. And someone tells me to say, no, have you checked out that woman and what she's trying to do? And I was able to intercept and say, hey, woman, please excuse us. We have enough people to do this work. Thank you for your help. But then we have, we can do with what we have currently. And that's how everything was shipped, and by 5 p.m. we were done, locked, and we started off going to Chingola. So we're on our way to Chingola. Everything is running smoothly, but my mind is alert because I don't know what else to expect. And I'm trying to now speak to the owner of the broken down truck to see if we can resolve on payment arrangements, because I couldn't complete the payment because of the breakdown. We get to Chingola quite all right, and everything is smooth, surprisingly. I meet my colleagues there who we had agreed that we're going to meet in Chingola. He had booked a lodge and booked a place where we're going to spend the night that night in preparation for the next day where we're going to go to finally to meet the clients. So it was so exhilarating to be in one place, knowing that now you are safe, you can take a bath, you can take a proper meal, and you can finally rest after 2 days of horror. And it was so exciting. So why am I bringing these stories to, or telling all these different stories of what I've experienced as an entrepreneur in the early stages of starting whatever I was starting? This is to just help another young entrepreneur or just any other entrepreneur that is hoping to get into the entrepreneurial space to have a realistic approach when they're getting into entrepreneurship, and to have, to be prepared enough to know that they will experience some certain challenges that do not indicate failure, but rather is just an indicator of the growth that's needed in order for you to to be a successful entrepreneur. Not everything is going to run as you expect. What you are theorizing in your mind or on paper is different from what you will actually experience. You will gain more insights from the actual experience. And one of the things that I would like to advise entrepreneurs is to seek mentors. Mentors that have been in the space that you're trying to enter in, that have achieved some level of success that you want to achieve as an entrepreneur. Because why? They don't have the theoretical approach as you may have, but they have a practical approach, and they have encountered a couple of challenges that they've had to resolve in order for them to get to where they have gotten to. So by you getting advice from them, getting some coaching and getting some guidance from them, it helps you prepare yourself adequately to to get a better chance at succeeding in the field that you've chosen to get into as an entrepreneur. And that's why it's important to not only theorize in your mind, but to get some practical advice from someone who has tangible success within the context of the feel that you're getting in. When I mean within the context, I'll give you a practical example. In as much as I would like to listen to the entrepreneurs in the Western world, when it comes to the context of Zambia, everything is different. The principles of everything they might be teaching me might be correct, but then to contextualize the requirements of our industry, of our markets here is different from the American markets, from the European markets, from the Asian markets. So we have our own context of how things operate here. So what you need is practical advice or guidance from someone within the context that you're in, so that you can maximize your experience as an entrepreneur and also reduce the chances of error. And that's why it's important. So I'll be bringing different people here to share their different experiences.